Do you ever leave the salon and want to know what's going on behind the scenes?
Do you listen in on the neighbors' gossip in the salon chair when you're here?
Do you ever have a story that after you've left, you wish you told your hairstylist?
Especially the stories that you might have heard about, but never really heard the end to.
We like to yap. I'm Allie.
I'm Nora.
And I'm Macy.
And welcome to On the Floor with Little Fern.
Join us every other week.
Oh, hello.
We're here. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm back. They didn't fire me.
She has a lot to say about it, though. I'm waiting.
Yeah, I have notes, but it's all right. Anyways.
Bring your notes. What's up?
Let's have it immediately.
Okay, my note is, number one, Alicia, you motherfucker. I was standing up. I was not sitting down.
I appreciate the hostility that you came with. But,
She really didn't like her story being told the way we
she
told
did
it.
not.
Yeah,
She did
because
not.
I was not here to tell my side of the story.
There was no side. There was just the side of us clanking it in and out and doing the same method over
This
and over.
is exactly what happens when there's like multiple sides to every story. And I told my side and I told my story and I stand by my truth.
I love your truth. Your truth is amazing. Yeah, no, I was standing with Nora. I was fully popping a squat, like fully watching her just struggle. But with Alicia, I was standing with like Evelyn, I believe, by like the hutch when this happened. And I was like, okay, let me assist you.
First of all,
Out the
why are you
kindness in
now
my
trying
heart.
to pull yourself further and further
Yeah,
away from the
this
situation
really,
every
she's
single
taking
time?
herself out of it.
Yeah, next thing you know, she'd be like in the bathroom.
Oh my God.
And she tells this story.
See, this is the defensiveness.
I was actually throwing things away
guys.
outside.
Okay, the way that Alicia just said, my truth is my truth, and tries to discredit my story. This is what I'm telling
because my truth is
Oh my
everyone's
God.
truth. So that's how this goes.
Your truth is everybody's truth. That's just called narcissism.
I'm sorry, have you just met me?
If we want to discuss narcissism, Macy has taken offense to a story that had nothing to actually do with Macy and only to do with us weaseling the cup out of there.
But yeah, no. Getting my full dose of radiation. I loved that bit. That was great. That was all my notes, I'm pretty sure. I think I had other notes, but it kind of just flitted out of my brain, so.
Oh, because the way you brought it up was that there will be 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
and then
dramatic.
there will be A and B and possibly C off of 1.
Yeah, she was gonna bullet point. She was gonna like come with a presentation and like strings and like.
No, I think I did have something else to say, but I didn't write it down. And if I don't write it down, then it goes away. And clearly, I only remembered what truly was important, which was I was not sitting there. And, out of the kindness of my heart, I tried to assist Alicia. And I am just so offended by it.
You know what's crazy? Today we have a fourth witness.
We do. We have a backup.
I'm the fourth witness to an event that I actually have no clue what we're talking about. So if we could provide some context, that would be great. And then I can speak.
So what I'm hearing is Evelyn doesn't listen to our podcast.
Yeah. Definitely didn't listen, but it did just air.
Yeah, come on, give me some time.
Also, what we're talking about was the day that both me and Nora decided to get something from underneath the furthest point of the like.
Yes.
Yeah, you remember.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. When Macy probably could have gotten it for you guys, but you tried your best to
Amen.
get around.
Amen.
her
Evelyn
regardless.
remembers now.
It sounds like she's saying Macy was there both times.
Macy was not there the second time.
The first time.
No, I thought it was the.
Nora was sitting there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you
It's
know
sounding,
what? No.
It's sounding now.
Wait, pause. No, that's right. Because Alicia, the first time, I think Macy was in the bathroom.
Guess what? I actually did migrate to the bathroom. Just like Alicia had said, it's like she's predicting.
I knew what was happening. Throwing down. Evelyn has decided to take Macy out of the equation now.
Because I'm pretty sure I was standing there watching you struggle when you had like no obstacle really to go with except for the table. So
what I'm hearing is Evelyn's the problem.
Yeah, because Evelyn could have helped. But no, I remember, all I know is I was not sitting at the table and I was a good distance away. And I remember Evelyn staring at Alicia. And so I said, well, I guess I'll help her. Because you were getting your fucking little purple cuppy thing or pink cuppy thing for your drink. And because you were trying to like do it a roundabout way instead of actually pulling it out like a normal person. And so then I, being the kind and amazing person that I am, I stepped in and grabbed it for you.
First of all, I think that's incorrect. I'm pretty sure Alicia just got the cup herself, and Macy.
I moved it out.
No, it almost.
You're an unreliable narrator.
Wow.
I feel like you made her purposefully step away and you like shoved her away and said, let me get it.
No, it wasn't me. I wasn't involved in the situation, guys. I was just watching. I was a bystander.
I wasn't even there for this first time, so I shouldn't even be having any kind of input on it.
All I'm saying is I did indeed help Alicia. Nora, on the other hand, Nora was fending for herself. So you know what? True on that. You guys are so right for that.
Once I discovered the problem, I saluted it.
Wow. I think that's amazing.
So glad we have a conclusion to that story.
I think we're just gonna let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, clearly.
But yeah, anyways, we do have a guest. It's been a while since we've had a guest. I think this is our first guest of season 2. If I'm correct.
It is. Drum roll, please. Evelyn.
Okay, well, hey, squad. I don't know when that got muted, so.
I have a problem with the mute button as well.
Yeah, why is it so touchy?
It's kind of like the perfect spot for your finger to always be like, and Evelyn, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know we've talked about you on our podcast in roundabout ways, like when telling stories about the salon, but give us a little what you do, who you are.
Wow, that's a loaded question.
What day were you born? What was the moon? Who's that?
Right, so my birthday's June 30th, if anyone wants to write that down really quickly. I'm a Cancer sun, Aries rising, Pisces moon. The astrology fans out there can...
I want to come back to that because I have a topic about astrology. Have you guys seen that new thing where it's like you're supposed to dress like your sign?
Yes.
That new...
But you're supposed to dress like your rising sign.
Your rising
Yeah.
sign, yes. Yes, yeah. So anyways, we'll touch on that. Back to Evelyn's bio.
Back to me, obviously. Where was I at? Well, I like to swim. I like long walks on the beach. I don't really know, guys. I'm gay. That's a pretty big thing that people might not know. If you don't know, but now you know. So you can celebrate me for Pride Month, which is actually why they decorate this salon, because I was a client here, and so they knew that because I was a client here, they were like, we've got to show up and show out for our singular gay client.
The one, the only Evelyn. That was it.
I'm actually the only gay person to ever exist. So
Yeah, that's Evelyn.
yeah, that was a good bio for me, I think.
What do you do, Evelyn, for us?
Oh yeah. I clean up around here, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. On a daily basis, yeah, I just kind of clean up. I wash hair, I wash dishes, I do laundry. And then I also do a lot of miscellaneous random tasks for whenever they pop up. So those ones are fun though. I sometimes assemble things, I sometimes deconstruct things. It's really fun. It's really crazy. It's spontaneous, you know.
Honestly, you never really know what's going to happen day to day. Like that is one of the roles as like support staff, which, you know, we like love to have. We love to have you, is that you never know what the day is going to bring.
You never do.
You really don't.
Yeah, the other day I was scrubbing the grout. I don't know if you guys can tell when you come in here, but the grout in the back room looks very shiny and brand new.
Cinderella.
Thank
Cinderella. I mean, it was like
Like, actually. Yeah, there's always going to be hair around here, so.
the beloved hair forever and ever. Macy came in today after I swept last night after myself because I was the last one here. And then she's like, I'm just going to do a quick sweep. There's like a lot of hair around your station. And I was like,
There was even more after you swept. Yeah. But sometime last week, I think, walked up to Macy and I said, Macy, I can't do it anymore. There's so much hair. Like I can't take getting the hair out of the drains. There's always hair and I can't do it. You have to pull the hair out of like the towels all the time too.
I have to pull it out of my bras when I go home. It's everywhere.
It's like when it all like crumbles up and it becomes like that little
Monster. It's like
you know, like in the desert when they have those like
a tumbleweed?
Yeah, like a tumbleweed. It like becomes like that. And then like you said, like you'll sweep or like I'll sweep. And then like the next morning I'll come back and be like, did I even fucking sweep? Clearly not.
This is why my favorite thing to do is to take the blow dryer and start in the corner and blow dry all of the hair to the back of the salon, and then I sweep it up.
See, but then that gives me like the anxiety because then I know that it's flying on every single surface.
Well, you're blow drying, that you take that time to blow dry off the stations, the shelves, the pipes.
She's leaf blowing.
Like a leaf blower. I've almost bought a mini leaf blower many times.
That was one of the things that I had to do at the pool was
you're
leaf
giving
blow.
Evelyn like PTSD.
And every
for why.
time every time my boss would come down from his office every morning and he would be like, did you leaf blow yet? Like, yes, but it's helicopter season. So
This is fucking groundskeeper jobs that he had.
I mean, yeah, there was one summer where the like surface of the pool kept getting so dirty. So every other week we would all have to get together and like soap and water the surface of the pool, like pool deck. And there was one time where we spent basically all of our day doing that because there was no one there. And we were playing Hard Knock Life from the Annie soundtrack because there was one of us that was using the little broom thing and then one of us that was on our hands and knees scrubbing, and we were all just trying to get it to be clean again. And then, lo and behold, the next year, actually maybe 3 years later, my boss is finally like, yeah, we got a power washer.
I was about to say, this sounds like power wash behavior.
Yeah, he said, we got a power washer, but you guys don't use it. Our actual groundskeeper will use it. But he's not even actually the groundskeeper. He's the maintenance guy who also does everything right.
It just feels like there's a lot of jobs that are like intermingled, which is a very interesting one.
Yeah. You would think that they could have more than just that amount of employees.
Yeah.
Like they'd be able to afford at least
You'd think.
one more solid full-timer.
You'd think, but it was a very frugal place, I suppose.
Macy stirring her drink has reminded me we missed a very pivotal point in the podcast by telling everyone what we were drinking today.
I was wondering when that was going to come up.
Well, I guess, you know, you're just calling me out. I'll just say mine.
I'm ready.
So today I'm drinking, it's called Mighty Soda. And it's a pre, post, and probiotic, and the flavor is strawberry vanilla. And we actually did it for one of our like campaign things. It was like we get money, buy the stuff, and it's like a free thing, and we promote their shit.
This is a great way to advertise for them.
But it's super good. Actually, you want to know something? Sometimes we try stuff, and it's like, you know what? At least it was free. This stuff is actually really good, and I'm not even getting paid to like sell it for this one, so I actually enjoy the drink.
That was the first thing I noticed when I opened the door. I said, oh, she must really like it because she's already having another one of those sodas immediately to start her day.
It was so delicious.
They are good.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Olipop ones as well.
I'm not usually like a pop girly, or even like sometimes let's say on the rare occasion, I'll probably have like 2 sparkling bubblies a month, okay? But this one was really good. I like the flavor. The cola was great. But then I also tried the strawberry vanilla yesterday, and I was like, I'm definitely going to have to drink it today. So, yeah, it's very delicious. I'm loving it. And it's also in my favorite cup after my other one was broken yesterday by Nora. But it's okay because I gifted it to her, so.
So glad I can offer you my favorite cup from home. You're welcome.
Okay, so back to my drink personally. I'm sipping on a tropical fruit Waterloo, which Nora can attest to. It's so delicious.
It is like the best flavoring. It's shocking. Like every time you taste it, you want to be like, this is so good. And then you sound stupid because now I sound stupid because I'm so pro.
No, this whole time I wanted to sit here and be like, guys, this is so delicious. It's like chef's kiss.
Have you guys had one yet?
I have not, I don't think.
I have. It's very good.
I'm drinking a cranberry clementine Waterloo, new flavor, fresh off the press. It's divine. It's very good. But to be honest, it feels seasonally incorrect. It feels as though it should be fall.
It's giving fall or
Yeah.
like almost like a November type drink.
But I'm going to drink it anyways. It's delicious.
I already chugged my entire Stanley, and I've been very into making the proffies lately. It's my iced coffee that I'm gonna have because I already gave up not drinking coffee, but I'm still not having coffee every.
You have been doing very good about it, and I think as a coffee drinker and might I say addict, I think that you are doing phenomenal.
I'm also having decaf coffee a lot of times, but you just add your protein to your iced coffee.
Oh, I love a protein coffee.
And then I don't add creamer, which in my head I'm like, I'm saving sugar and calories because I just add a little milk to my coffee, like sugar-free coconut milk. I haven't done protein powder in a while because none of them usually sit well, as you can probably attest to as well. You find one and it's the only one you can drink, so you drink that solid for a while and then you're just fucking over it. I like this one. This one tastes very good. I kept looking. It's called Earth Chimp, and you have a new one too that you like.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Nora just were recently talking about the protein powder life. I'm very finicky. A lot of them bother my stomachs. So like I have to be very.
You have multiple stomachs?
All the stomachs get bothered.
I think what she was doing was also referring to my stomach.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I was.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
You're welcome. Ally.
Lovely. That was a very beautiful moment. Yeah.
You know what? And this is kind of embarrassing. And honestly, it's not even actually like a protein shake. The only protein shake that I actually could enjoy is like the fucking like chocolate milk Ensure. Like for kids that are like underweight.
I have actually come to learn that there's something known as protein shaming with those beverages because people see people drinking those things and they assume a couple different things. But bottom line is you're getting your protein.
Yeah, I don't think it's just protein in those. I think it's like vitamins and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, they're packed with so many minerals and vitamins. And I have tried, trust me, as a person who has on and off gone to the gym throughout the years, and I'm sure you guys have too, I have tried so many protein shakes, powders, all that stuff. They are disgusting. I hate them. And sure, I was like, somebody told me about it and I gave it a try. Dude, they're fire. They're easy to drink. I would just buy the little baby one and then I'd drink it after the gym or a little bit before the gym so I wouldn't feel nausea. Bam. Great.
Bill likes those boxes, but there's a vegan one. It's called Owyn. Have you seen that? It's OWYN. He said they taste delicious.
Luke likes, because Luke is also, we're very much of that child mindset. I think he likes the Nesquik muscle one. The one that's it's like Nesquik, but it's like the protein one or whatever it is. He likes that one because it's he loves chocolate milk. So
Yeah, and eat your fruits and veggies, guys. That's so
Amen.
important.
Amen. As I eat my strawberries over here.
This economy, guys, I spent $74 in groceries on Sunday because I was doing a meal prep day. All of it's gone. That was 1 week of meal prepping. All gone. I can't afford $10 worth of fruits and veggies. Give me the potatoes. I'll take the potatoes. Those are cheap. They're starchy as fuck. I know it's not that great for you. And then maybe some broccoli because that's also relatively cheap nowadays. Strawberries and raspberries.
Macy, I'm shaking my head at this already with your choices.
Honestly, I have an idea. Maybe you just join the crew of the guys who keep vandalizing down the block. He's added a few more this last time.
You know what? I've been thinking about it.
Don't let me remind you one more time on this podcast about our foot account.
Our feet.
Second of all, yeah, I feel like if you're listening and you have tried to rob the eyeglass place 3 times within the last 7 months, reach out to us. Are you hiring? Are you making any money?
What
off
are they
of it?
going
We could
for?
also get you on the podcast.
Yeah, I feel that we need to theorize. We need to get on this. We need to figure out what they are taking.
Well, in the footage, because we so lovely have a camera outside, it looks like this man had a duffel bag, over his shoulder when he was running. But mind you, it was that man was sprinting. Like, he had places to be.
But did they get anything into the duffel bag is the question, because I know that they have an alarm system over there. So that's probably why they doubled up on their employees.
It was still 10 minutes before the cops came, and the police station is like, 10 seconds away.
Because only, what, you said two cops are actually on duty?
Yeah.
So, like, let's think about it logistically. The first time, they probably were, like, trying to test it out, see what the vibes are going on. The second time, they're like, okay, maybe we can enter. The third time, those motherfuckers are going in there. They know they have at least a 10-minute window. They know those alarms. They're just sounding the alarm. They're not catching them on camera. And if they are, like we did, they have masks on. They have nothing very identifiable of them. Like, what are you going to do?
They were in and out in 2 minutes. It was like a 2-minute discrepancy.
This is what we're talking about. Where's like this?
Where
Where's
are
the
the
security
street camps?
Don't you think they would really amp it up over there if this is the third time?
This is what I mean. I showed all of it to my husband last night because he was like, again? And I said, he goes, they didn't break the window of the door. I said, no, they're getting in the same way every time. He goes, suspicious. I said, exactly. They don't seem to be changing anything down there. Like, change your fucking locking system. Change something. Like, what is happening?
In their defense, they did add things each time. Like, I read the email from them the second time it happened. And the second time it happened.
No, but the thing that pisses me off about that, which is what I was going to bring up, is like they sent the email the second time. We didn't hear back anything after. And why are we not hearing anything this time around? Like, the only reason we heard something is because the cop actually walked in yesterday and asked me, because I think that the eyeglass place, because the last time I told him, I said, we provided footage for you, yada, yada, yada. The cop walks in asking for footage, but we don't hear anything else outside of that. And so then now I'm like, something's fishy, something's smelling bad.
I'm telling you, I know that this might be like a conspiracy theory, but like, what is going on down there? That is far too many break-ins of one business on the block, just one, every single time.
Which, like, I do think that that's probably where you're going to get the most bang for your buck, is like if you're getting maybe those high-end frames or technology or drugs or meds. But I don't think they're looking for like a cash register full of money. I think they're looking for things that they can sell themselves.
You think this, Evelyn, you think in yours conspiracy theory, you feel that they are middlemen,
Yes.
that they are providing something to somebody else?
Yes.
They're fencing this, like whatever
Yeah.
they're getting, they're bringing to somebody else.
Because obviously, like we've said, there are so many more businesses that you could probably get some like money from. But I think this is stuff that they're like getting to sell, if they're even getting anything at all. Like, I have no clue what they could possibly want.
The windows didn't look like ravaged or anything. And that's where all their displays are.
No, that's what I mean. Like, and you added 2 more this time. So the last time it was 2 people. This time it was 4 people. So like,
But then is literally just up and running like the next day. So it's like,
I'm just so confused.
Is one of the employees that is not one of the owners, just a mid-level employee, coming in, making a drop somewhere in the store, then they tell their perps to come and get it, and that's what's happening.
We're going to find out that this is the biggest fentanyl provider in the Southland.
All I know is that we've been getting visited a lot by the Flossmoor police, and it's getting a little wild.
Far too much, and not for us. Like, not like, honestly, like we're not doing anything. We're just like the neighborhood watch somehow. Like, what's happening?
We've been involved in a lot. Well, I've been involved in a lot of stuff. I've witnessed some things. Where do I start? Which was the first one? We had Metro Police come here.
Oh, the dog was the second one.
Because a guy decided, because we have healthy hounds down here, we always talk about how amazing and lovely it is to see our furry friends. We love it. We love puppies. We love them. But yeah, so I witnessed a guy mistreat his dog. And so I felt it right to call the police. And then me and our next door neighbor and we had to chat to the police about that. What else? Then yesterday, And then I provided footage for him that Alicia sent me so gracefully and very fast, mind you. And then we also got visited from the Flossmoor
Code enforcement. The fire chief.
Code enforcement.
We
yeah.
got a 100% aced it, as we should have gotten the first time. But rightfully so, we didn't have some of the things.
Yeah, no, he was great. He walked in, he tested some things out. You could tell that man just wanted to be in and out, and I loved that.
I think he also recalls that like we had follow-up emails last time being like, what did we do wrong? Tell us immediately. We need to discuss this over the phone. When he came in too, he asked if he could make an appointment with us so that he could do his inspection. So I loved that as well.
Mind you guys, I want you to know that Macy and I are just handing off our mic right now, like trying to figure out who wants to talk when.
It's giving early on when Macy had her boyfriend on and they were over on the couch.
We also both get very excited, and then we talk over one another. And then also, like, it was just hard because that was our, like, baby OG mics. And, yeah, no, that was rough. That was rough audio. But you know what? It was fun. It was nice. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that if we were, like, a big pod, then we'd, like, be at a studio. And this is why most people don't have these issues, because you're in a studio or you have a little bit higher tech equipment. And that's just something is, like, even when we do feel like we invest into higher tech equipment, it still goes very wrong. And you know what? We're trying our best.
Technology is like not a fun thing all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things that's like you think you got it figured out, you do all the research, you're ready to go, and then it's still you're rolling the dice.
It can get very overcomplicated very quickly.
My favorite thing is when something's happening at the iPad and Nora or Alicia will be like, Macy, and then like, and I think my favorite thing is because I'm equally as confused as what's going on, but I'm like, I guess I'm tech. So I have to go.
Traditionally, I do fix things. I figured out how to do like 2 separate things yesterday for us.
It's usually just wonky stuff on Square happening when they're checking people out, which I'm not saying is everything. I want to clarify that. But like yesterday, for example, there was like something wonky on the iPad.
You missed the first part of that from earlier in the day or was it the day before? When I had a new discovery that something was different again and it wasn't linking. And then Alicia had it where it did link, but we couldn't figure out how the other thing was happening. So like you weren't in on the first part of it.
Yeah. But you know what? Technology it's a bitch, dude. And half of the time, actually a majority of the time, I have no idea what's going on. And I will either type it into Google, call Square, which I will get put on the phone with somebody I can barely understand and have to repeat like multiple times. Or I just type into ChatGPT and we move on.
My way is just to like shut down and then just like finish up whatever transaction I'm working on and then see if you guys experienced it later and then figure it out later.
I generally figure it out. It just takes me a little bit longer and then I'm like, I got it. And I'm like excited that I got it. I don't like this new black screen that's happening with Square when you check people out and it goes like fucking dark. And I'm like, ew.
All I know is Square, there's constant updates and Square pisses me off.
Yeah, there's like 70 apps that you need to get that just go along with Square. Like you don't think they could all put it on? Yes, add-ons, subscriptions.
This is just how companies make money.
Oh, 100%. They're waiting and hoping that you never pay attention to these random charges. And then for the next 4 years, they're getting $60 a month from you.
Yeah, I mean, but also there's just so many people out there like that. Like, I mean, I've been trying to get better at checking my bank account too. Like, I even got like a charge from freaking DoorDash, like for like $15. It's not a lot, but it's still like $15 here and there that adds up. Yeah, no, check your bank accounts, guys.
Yeah, moral of the story is stay up on your subscriptions, as Alicia has been really like, she's been very good about it this year, and I've been trying to follow suit.
Rocket Money. If you would like an ad for Rocket Money, here's your ad. I downloaded Rocket Money this year. Yes, it is. I'm going to tell you, I kept getting served it and I thought, this is bullshit. But then on like the 19th go around, I said, you know what? Maybe I need it. I'm pretty good about my subscriptions, but there were ones in there that were so deep between me and Luke that we had no fucking clue we even had. And then it shows you how to actually cancel them, and then they'll cancel them. Some of them you just click and they'll do it for you. And I'm like, this is amazing. We saved so much money between the two of us having this.
I have lost so much money on doing like a 7-day trial, and then I get charged fucking $90. Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. And I feel like any sort of money that you put into it is so much worth it in like the long run and how much you're saving annually or like monthly. Yeah, I still do that. Every once in a while, I'll like frantically go into like my Apple subscriptions to make sure that like all of them are like canceled, or at least the right ones.
Well, and the thing is, mine aren't all in one area. So like, I have Apple subscriptions, but that's only 4. So then and then deep in our Amazon had 60. You don't even realize how many other things are connected to your Amazon. And then you're, and we had to find them. I was like, what is this? And Luke goes, I think I might have said yes at once to watch this one thing. And then every month it was $3.99, but it was getting lost in the shuffle of like his Amazon. And then he
Yeah, because everything's just like an add-on now.
yeah.
It's like, it's so crazy because a lot of these like streaming services were made to be like a more convenient way of watching whatever. And so, I mean, now they have bundles, but still the bundles aren't like, people are going back to cable. Like the whole point of having all of these streaming services was because cable was getting less, popular, especially with like Netflix becoming an online big streaming service, and then everyone else did their own thing. And now that's it. But now, obviously, everyone is doing their streaming services, so they're like, let's just up it. And then let's add ads. And if you can't afford to not pay for the ads, you're just going to watch ads. And it's like, I got the streaming service not to watch commercials, and now you're making me watch commercials?
I'm going to tell you right now, I just downgraded us. I told Luke, we're back to ad life, baby. And he said, not the ads. And I said, that's us. We're ads. We're ad central now.
If you can't afford that luxury, I feel like it's such an easy way to cut costs, where it's like, if you're having cable, it's the same thing. You're going to be having those commercials. Like, that's just how it's going to be. I just find it so frustrating though, where it's like a Hulu and Peacock will bundle, or like a Disney Plus and a Hulu will bundle. But it's like, why can't we all just work together and create one mega bundle, so I'm not getting, oh my gosh, I have an Amazon subscription that comes with Hulu, but then I also have a Disney Plus subscription that comes with Hulu. So now I have double Hulu, and now I'm paying for, what the fuck? Like, how did this get so complicated? And now it's like, oh yeah, sorry, I don't have that streaming service, so I can't watch that entire show because this one streaming service has laid claim to that show. It's annoying, and it's giving like a monopoly, the same way that they like got rid of like having monopolies in like businesses and stuff. Like, why are we doing that? It should be illegal.
But the biggest monopoly, like, I don't even think streaming services would, I guess, really be considered a monopoly because there's so many businesses. The biggest monopoly, guys, Ticketmaster.
Honestly, I wanted to go to 2 concerts this summer, and I went to look at the tickets, and I said, I can't afford $200 a piece. And that's before fees and taxes and the things and the blah, blah. I said, and by the way, these aren't even actual seats. This is just general admission standing. And I said, are you fucking kidding me? That should be $40 tickets. Get fucked.
But then you have a $40 ticket and you're like, this is awesome. You go to check out, all of a sudden it's like $150 because of the taxes. I'm like, and fees. I'm like, what's the point then?
I just bought a concert ticket to see the weekend, and it was great. It was like $115 for me in my budget with where we were sitting and everything. My sister goes to check out. Boop, up $100 due to taxes. Yes. Why the fuck are we getting $100 in taxes? Who is that going to? I guess I just don't understand taxes enough, because I don't understand how the fuck that happens. How your ticket price can double.
It's not just taxes, it's taxes and fees.
Still don't get it.
Because taxes are pretty straightforward. It's a percentage, period. But the fees are whatever the company chooses.
Yeah, fees are like something that they have set up, and they're going to claim that it's going to go towards like your vendors, your merchandisers, your foods, your this, your that, your groundskeepers, who's leaf blowing shit. Like that's where they're going to say is your fees.
And they save money. They save money constantly. I found out something for somebody who works for whatever the fuck it's called right now, Tweeter Center. And they said that the people who are working the concessions are actually volunteers. They're volunteers because there's almost always like some kind of charity going on, like the percentage of your sales goes to this. So the people who, they get people who work for that or want to volunteer for those charities, and they come and they work as a vendor there. And so they're not even paying those people to vend.
That's nice of them to do that, but like that's not part of the fees then.
If I was volunteering, I would not be giving my top tier service, especially at a busy ass concert.
So yeah, I was gonna say, so the people who are taking your drinks or getting your drinks are volunteers. And then the tip money that goes to that doesn't go to them for working, it goes to the charity that they're working for.
Sometimes volunteer work you should be paid for. And I know that it's volunteering for a reason, but it's the same thing for like, I don't know, like my friend who was in OT school and now she's an OT. But like in order to become where she was, you have to put in all these like free hours. I'm sure you guys have probably had to do it too for like hair school and stuff. But it's like, what the fuck? Why are you not getting paid? You're literally working an 8-hour workday and you're not getting paid? Like, that's not sustainable.
That's how I feel about internships, unpaid internships. Mostly about internships and less about volunteer work. If you want to volunteer, you're volunteering. You know what I mean? But
No, I disagree with Macy on the volunteering. However, I agree with the unpaid internships.
But an unpaid internship, I think, is ridiculous. If you're going to make a little, college kid do all of the dirty work around your office, they should be getting paid, regardless of if that looks good on their resume and it's going to get them a better job or whatever. Because also the job market right now is crazy. That unpaid internship, is it going to do anything for them? Who knows? They just wasted all of their time sitting there doing all of this and that for you and they didn't get paid. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't think any internship should be
The only time an unpaid internship should happen is when you are guaranteed a position afterwards.
Exactly.
It feels a little bit more like a sweat equity situation where you are learning the ropes, you're putting in a little bit of sweat equity, and then in the end you would be getting something from that. But when you're not guaranteed anything, you're like, what the fuck am I here?
Concerts, like if you're getting tipped, like you said they're not able to keep that money. That's I think more where my frustration comes in. Yes, volunteers shouldn't get paid, but like if you're getting tipped, I feel like that is like something of like that person's own volition to give you that money, and I feel like you should lay claim to those. But I think that just really sucks.
Well, you just have to remember that those people have already agreed to that.
I think the majority of them are a lot of boosters. I think a lot of it's boosters. I think a lot of it's parents.
What even is that?
So as parents, boosters is like for your local, so high school, like football team needs new uniforms. Boosters are the parents that are going to do things to get money so that your kids get those new uniforms. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Or they could be like people who need to put in community service hours, essentially. And so you might like have those people at every concert because they're just putting in their hours.
You know what? If I had to do like volunteer hours and instead of like picking up trash on the road, I got to work a concert, I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Macy's
Like,
tune has
great.
really changed. I feel like we're really on a journey of Macy's discovery of like volunteer.
We're just really going back and forth.
It goes to show you that people can change.
Oh, you know something I noticed that I was going to bring up? I don't know if this is something that you do or if it's like an AI thing, but when I was listening to the last podcast in my car, every time a subject changes, it says, and I was like, oh, I never really noticed that before. That's kind of cool that it's like it's talking about what the next subject is going to be. I figured it had to be something you did. And you section it out.
Because I've caught it where I've taken like screenshots and then Macy like laughs when I like do it on like ones where it's like a funnier portion of like the like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I also do it for people, like people are actually able to go in there if they just want to listen to one story. Like say like we really honed in on like the last time I think it was the like crazy application. So like it was the name of the episode, and so then I highlighted the chapter of like where it was. But then sometimes I'm like, so I'll do like maybe like 4 chapters. But sometimes there's other episodes where it's like chapter after chapter after chapter, and it's like I feel like I gotta outline it.
I enjoyed it. It was the first time I've ever noticed it.
I like it because I listen a lot in my car, and so then it like chapters it in the car, and then I get to like see it run across. That's very cute. Well, hopefully everyone else likes it, and they better leave a nice review. I'm just kidding. Ev, coming to work here, what has been something that you least expected? Like,
Gosh, I don't know. I think just like the general vibe of the salon. Like obviously I only ever came in here and I like was in and out getting my hair cut, you know what I mean? And so like now obviously I pay more attention to both of your guys' conversations, how you interact with clients, how you guys remember literally everything, which is insane. Sometimes I think like a client will be in like 6 weeks after and you'll be like, oh, how was blah blah? I'm like, how do you remember that? Just genuinely, how do you remember that? Beyond that, I actually kind of do like washing hair, guys. I was so scared the first time I did it. I was literally shaking. Yes, I know.
I remember asking, I was like, all right, we're doing this. You're like, no, I don't want
I was like, this is not what I was looking forward to. But I always get scared that I'm like soaking these people when they're sitting in the bowl. And so sometimes I'm like sitting there being like, wow, this must be a really uncomfortable experience for them. But I don't think it is. I think I'm just overthinking.
I'm going to tell you 20 years down the road, and there's still guests that I sit and I'm thinking, oh, you're sitting funny. You're definitely going to get wet.
Alicia, when I was training, would stand over the bowl right next to me the entire time that I was shampooing. And if there was still any sign of a bubble or foam on the bottom, she would say, you're not done rinsing yet. There's still soap in there.
I could do far more lingering if I really cared to, because when training, I used to be much more of a lingerer to really supervise.
Listen, I love Linger the song, but when people linger around me, I get so nervous. I'm sitting there like all of a sudden I'm like, I've done this so many times, but what if this is the worst thing I've ever done in my life? What if this is the worst time? And you're standing there being like, what the fuck are they doing? But I still feel good about it. So
Yesterday, I had a client who, it's like very on brand for this. She was dealing with a family work crisis, and there was a text message thread going on, and I was like blow drying her hair, but like really close to like the sides, which was then really close to like the phone. And I think they thought I was like really in their phone, and I was not until they like brought me into the conversation, because they thought I was, but I was just blow drying very close to like their face.
I would have done the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Like I would have been sitting there like, yeah, she's totally reading this whole thing.
Everything.
Because also, yeah, I am that person. I will read your conversation. I'm sorry. You're not safe next to me.
I mean, that might be the difference between you millennials and us Gen Zers. At least for me, I'm nosy. Like, I probably would have been looking.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what? Like, I would have been like, yeah, sorry.
Like
Shameful.
things like that are like not
Yeah.
how I would have responded, or like really know
At
that
least
like
she brought
you're
you
in your
into it.
conversation then.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was really awesome to chat with you guys, to yap.
Okay. Yes. So now, Evelyn, take us home.
Oh, do you want me to sing? Country road, take me home. No, someone said take us home, so that just got, yeah. To the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. And scene. Love you guys.
I don't think we need to say anything else besides that. Bye.
It's Nora, Alicia, and Macy.
We are a girly podcast and we are on the floor.
Did I go the wrong way?
You definitely